Pat Hendrixson, I have heard about you many times. I kept hearing about this postmaster in Indiana who hunts and hunts and hunts. And you know what? I kept hearing this story and did a little research. You were country before country was cool.
Yeah, I'm that old.
Remember that song?
I'm that old.
You know what? It wasn't, it seems like in the last, I don't know, 10 or so years, you've seen this fad kind of the girl hunting with a guy. You were doing that way before that ever came around. Now, let's talk about how did you first get involved in hunting?
Well, I grew up on a farm in Missouri, and I was the only child. And when you live on a farm and you don't have any close neighbors, you entertain yourself.
Exactly.
So my entertainment was baseball and hunting and riding a horse.
Now, hunting in Missouri, what was there a lot of deer there that time? Was it mainly squirrels, small game? What'd you hunt?
I hunted squirrels. Very, very seldom would I ever see a deer. Yeah, never seen a wild turkey. In fact, never seen a wild turkey until probably 30 years ago here in Indiana.
Well, you know what? We have so many viewers in Indiana. Anytime we do a call-in show or I get emails, we get an amazing number of viewers in Indiana, so that's why we're here today for one reason. Thank you for watching out there, Indiana folks. But you know, as I look around, first of all, I see a lot of deer. Now, most of these are Indiana deer. Most of them are gun, but not too long ago, you came over to the good side and you started shooting a bow. Tell us how that happened. How did you start shooting a bow?
Well, my son-in-law, when he met my daughter and they was dating, and he found out that her mother was a deer hunter, he said he was going to marry her. And he was a bow hunter, and he wanted me to start. And I told him I didn't have time for that because, you know, I'd watch that on television and I'd see there's just a whole lot to learning this bow stuff. But lo and behold, I did start.
Now, as I look around, some of these critters didn't come from around here. Now, I see a moose and I see some caribou. Where'd those cats come from?
Those came from Newfoundland.
Okay. Now, tell us where Newfoundland is.
Newfoundland is also referred to as the Rock. It is in Canada, but it is an island far east of what we think of Canada. The caribou with the velvet, that was a bow hunt, and that was my first trip over there. And then the moose was my third trip over there. Mm-hmm. And this caribou here, I got this caribou and that moose at on the same hunt.
So you end up preparing your own meat as well? You like the wild game?
Yes.
And does Orville cook that, or do you cook it?
I cook it.
Does he like it?
Yes, he does.
See, that's great. Y'all the perfect team. He lets you run around and go hunting, and then you come back and cook it up. That's what I call a winning combination.
I hear you.
Now, these turkeys. I'm seeing turkeys everywhere. You're not just a turkey hunter. You've been around and done some pretty interesting turkey hunting around, I guess I have to say the world, because not just limited to this country.
I had no knowledge of turkey hunting. And go back to my son-in-law. I tell him, I says, hey, why don't we start turkey hunting? Because we don't have anything to do in between now, when deer season's over, until next deer season. So, okay, we start out, and he practices calls, and I think the first year I got a Jake. It took me forever to get a long beard. I thought I'd never get a long beard. But yeah, it was rewarding. And you know, I killed, I don't know, maybe a couple Easterns, and I had a chance in Texas to get the Rio. And so then, you know, people's kind of saying, well, you ought to, you know, complete your Grand Slam. And so I went to Florida, and I have a good mentor. His name's Dr. John Moody, and he had completed a World Slam, and, you know, he's saying, you need to go for your world. You need to go for your world. You know, you're this close. So, all right. So I head off then the following year to the Mexico jungles, and I ended up with 3 turkeys, and I hadn't planned but one.
Wow.
So,
Now is that the ocellated?
yes,
And you've got that mounted in here, I saw.
I have both the hen and the gobbler.
Beautiful, beautiful animals. Are you trying to recruit more women to get into this?
Well, yes, every day. I'm the president of our NWTF chapter in Washington County here. And, you know, we try and make contact with people, and hopefully, you know, they'll be involved and interested. I started out hunting by myself. Probably in the last 10 years, I've kind of gotten with some lady groups and go on some hunts. But, and just made magnificent friends from that. That's just a whole world of peace when you can go out there and sit in the woods and enjoy God's country.